What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. We're going to go over the predictions for King and Queen of the Ring for May the 25th, 2024. Should be a decent show. 6 matches on the card. We know it's going to be work rate heavy because Triple H loves fucking work rate, if we're being honest. But this should be fine. This should be a fine pay-per-view. I don't think we'll get any surprises at all. And then people are talking about the Wyatt 6 may show up. Why would you have Wyatt 6 show up at Crown Jewel? I mean, not Crown Jewel, but in Saudi Arabia, King and Queen of the Ring. Why would you not want to have that on U.S. soil? Like, people have to realize Saudi only gets 2 shows a year. So why would you do something that's going to be potentially major? Why would that take place on foreign soil? Why the fuck would it take place on foreign soil instead of just taking place on American soil? Let's just be honest. Like, that's just what it is. But that might happen. We might get the Wyatt 6 reveal. We might not. I'm not going to hold my breath on it. It's really not all that important. But that's just a rumor that's been going around for quite some time, that we're going to see the Wyatt 6 be finally revealed at King and Queen of the Ring. So we're going to go over the King and Queen of the Ring matches first, and from there we'll get into the rest of the card. Let's just start with the women. Lyra Valkyria from Monday Night Raw versus Nia Jax, who is on Smackdown. My pick to win, Nia Jax. It makes perfect sense. And it's been announced via social media that the winner will get a championship match that they're choosing at SummerSlam. So this is great. This does make sense. I figured that's what Triple H was going to do anyway. But Nia Jax needs to win. It would make the most sense. Her dethroning Bayley would be fine. Bayley is fine being a transitional champion. Bayley's done basically everything there is to do in WWE. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if we get maybe just one more full year run of Bayley. And then after that, I could see Bayley probably just going on a part-time schedule or start being transitioned into a producer role. I think that would be great. It really would. I think that would be some really cool shit. I think that's going to make the most sense. Moving on. Gunther from Monday Night Raw versus Randy Orton. Presumably he defeats Tama Tonga, which he probably will, more than likely. I want to say Gunther, but do you want to rush Gunther going after Damian Priest so soon? But I think Gunther's going to win. I'm hoping that they treat this win, whoever wins this, I hope they treat this as like a Money in the Bank type of thing, but they're not going to. But who would be champion going into SummerSlam? Who for Monday Night Raw? I know it wouldn't be Damian Priest. So you're either looking at either Drew McIntyre if he's back from injury, CM Punk possibly if he's back from injury, or Seth Rollins. So maybe Seth Rollins may be back around that time frame, and we get Seth Rollins versus Gunther at SummerSlam. So I don't know, because people have to realize that Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, that doesn't need a championship match. It doesn't. The feud kicks ass regardless. But I think Gunther is going to be the one to win. Moving on, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. This is a no-brainer. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are going to win. Why wouldn't they? I don't see Bianca or Jade turning on each other until probably heading into Survivor Series. So we got a while before that happens. Moving on. Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed. Triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn's going to win hands down. Why would he lose? I could see Sami Zayn losing to Chad Gable post King and Queen of the Ring. I really could see that shit happening maybe on a random Monday Night Raw, or maybe at Clash at the Castle in June. So maybe that's when Sami could lose to Chad Gable. But I think as we get closer to SummerSlam, we'll probably have Chad Gable be the one who is going to dethrone Sami Zayn. And then we could do we could do Chad Gable versus Otis at SummerSlam. I think that would be great. Moving on from that, a match that I don't really give a fuck about. That's Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Becky Lynch is one to retain. Why wouldn't she? And I'm guessing they could do Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley whenever she returns at either SummerSlam or Bash in Berlin later in August. So that's what they might do, but Becky's going to win this. The main event of the show more than likely will be Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul for the undisputed WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes is going to retain. The finish should be interesting, to say the very least. We'll see how it plays out. But I don't expect much to happen and occur from King and Queen of the Ring. I just don't see it happening. I don't. It should be an interesting 3-hour event, probably. Should be fun. But all these matches are predictable. WWE right now is it's been in cruise control since WrestleMania. And I don't think it's going to pick up anymore until we get into Money in the Bank and as we head into SummerSlam. So I think we're still going to have another few dry weeks of Raw and SmackDown. But, we'll see how all this stuff plays out. SummerSlam is going to be a 2-night main event, 2-night show. But that's going to take place in 2026, which is actually good. And I'm actually a massive proponent for that. I think if you do it like that, it's fine. It should only be done for WrestleMania and for SummerSlam, because those are, SummerSlam is their version of WrestleMania. It's the summer version of WrestleMania, if we're being honest. They wouldn't be long anyway. You probably would have no more than about 6 matches across 2 nights, so a total of 12 matches, which is fine. And we can get a bunch of feuds ending that started from, WrestleMania to SummerSlam and everything else in between. So that's something I'm fine with. With it being 2 years away, that's cool. But it should just be done just for WrestleMania and SummerSlam. If it involves the Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank or Survivor Series, I'm not interested. I'm just not. It needs to just be kept sacred, where you just have 2 big shows for 2 nights. It'll be a solid weekend, and just do that model, and that's it. Just have it be for WrestleMania, like it's been for the past 4 years, and then you bring SummerSlam with it, and that is it. You don't go past SummerSlam. No Royal Rumble, no Survivor Series, and no Money in the Bank. Just no on all that shit. I get it's a way for content creators to make money out of that when you have, a weekend full of shows. But I personally think it would be better just to have a 2-night show happen for just WrestleMania and SummerSlam, and that is it. But I think King and Queen of the Ring should be interesting. We'll see what happens and what all plays out. So my predictions again are as followed. For the Queen of the Ring, the win, Nia Jax. For the King of the Ring, Gunther. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill will retain the WWE Tag Team Championships. Becky Lynch will defeat Liv Morgan to retain her Women's World Championship. Sami Zayn will retain the Intercontinental Championship. And Cody Rhodes will retain the undisputed WWE Championship. But what are you guys' predictions for King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.